live for evacuation plan. So today we are going to see the emergency evacuation plan. What is the emergency evacuation plan? Then what are the requirements for the emergency evacuation? And then how it's carry out. So what is the procedure involved for this emergency evacuation plan? So everyone must know the emergency evacuation plan. This emergency evacuation plan is a must one to conduct regularly. The legal system and overall system itself says that you must have a emergency evacuation procedures and evacuation drills and plans. This one is required and as per the ISO 14001 and the ISO 45001, these evacuation plan and evacuation drills documentation is important and it's required for these standards as per ISO 14001 and ISO 45001. Both the standards insist to do the evacuation plan. So when you have a proper evacuation plan, then only you have a proper certifications of ISO 45000. It's a pre-planned and also it's a proactive measures for any kind of accidents, incidents happening in the industry to save the people. To save the people is the first priority. For saving the people, you must have a pre-planned plan, evacuation plan. So when you are keeping on practicing the evacuation plan, then only you can carry out during the actual scenario. So you already have a plan. Where is emergency exit? Where is assembly point? Then where it needs to go? What it should be done? Whom to be contacted? And what are the course of action? These all must be having a plan. So based on that plan only, you can work it out. So that's why, what is evacuation plan? It means it's a pre-planned procedure to safely move people from dangerous area to a safe location during the emergency. So, what is evacuation plan? It's a procedure. It's a pre-planned procedure. The company has to make the pre-planned procedure. In that procedure is mainly meant for safely move the people, those who are working in the company, people from the dangerous, in case of fire, in case of blast, in case of anything happened. So that dangerous area to a safe location during the any kind of emergency. So that procedure is called the evacuation plan. Okay, so a pre-planned procedure to move the people, to move the safely people to dangerous area to safe area in emergency situations. So you have to move the people from the dangerous area to safe area. So that is the procedure. It's a pre-planned procedure for safely moving the people from the emergency area to safe location in an emergency. That is the evacuation plan procedures. Okay, then what are the things are there in that? First, you must have an emergency alarm system. In that procedure, you have to mention emergency alarm system, fire alarm, then siren, alert. In case of what will be the alert? In case of fire alarm means how many times will alarm? In case of fire, how many times the bell ring? In case of earthquake, how many times fire alarm will ring. In case of windstorm, how many times fire alarm will ring or siren or alert? So these things you have to mention in that procedures. In case of major accident, then how many times fire alarm will ring? One time or two time or three time or continuous rings. So that things you must have it. This is emergency alarm system needs to be mentioned in this evacuation plan. In this evacuation plan. So the fire alarm, siren, alert needs to be mentioned in the procedure. Says that in case of fire alarm one time, what will be the scenario? In case of two times, what will be the scenario? In case of three times, what will be the scenario? That scenario you have to mention in the procedure. Then second one, exit routes. You have to mention the exit routes clearly and directions, exits and where to go, the guide. That also must be there. Exit routes must be clearly marked. Then exits must be in a signboards and it's directly giving the guide to go outside. So that kind of exit must be there. Then assembly point. The assembly point also is mentioned in this evacuation plan. Safe location outside a building. Then everyone gathers. A safe location. It's not very near to the building. It's outside the building. A safe location. No building around. People easily, safely and gather. That location is called the assembly point. In that assembly point, people gather and also there will be a head count. You see, everyone assembles there in assembly points. There is a fire warden and emergency ERT team leader. He will count how many people are there. Whether everyone assembled or anyone missed, they will see. So that is the assembly point role. Then emergency team. Who are emergency team? That is, we are called emergency ERT team, emergency response team, ERT. So this emergency response team, who are included in that team? That is fire warden 1, safety officer 2, and then first aid instructor. We can call it as a first aider. So sometimes many people also there. In that case, first aid team. So fire warden, safety officer, first aid team included in this emergency team, emergency response team. It's also mentioned in this evacuation plan. Whether safety officer, safety manager, fire warden, then first aid team. So these are included in that emergency team. So that also in that evacuation plan. Okay. Emergency equipments. What are the emergency equipment required to be there during the evacuation? So fire extinguishers, first aid box, then emergency lighting. These three must be there during these emergency equipment must be there during the evacuation. So fire extinguishers. It means you must have A, B, C fire extinguishers. A type, B type, C type fire means easily they can seize it with this fire extinguishers. It means A, B, C fire extinguishers. Then first aid box. So in case of any medical emergency, people they can do it immediate first aid box. Then emergency lighting. In case of someone not able to find it in the darkness, then you can use it the emergency lighting. So that is the evacuation equipment. Then evacuation, here you can have a evacuation map. So every industry is having the evacuation map. This evacuation map must be pasted backside of the door. So when the people inside the door, they can easily see the emergency evacuation map. It is attached backside of the door. So in that evacuation map, easily they can identify the exit routes where they, in case of emergency alarm ringing, this map guides that where they have to go. Then through the exit roads, and also it's mentioned in this evacuation map where is the fire extinguisher location. In case small fire means then through the evacuation map itself they will find okay, fire extinguisher found that building A, this location. They can bring the fire extinguisher and cease the fire. And first aid boxes, where the first aid boxes are located, and also where is the assembly point located. So these all the information must be there in the evacuation map. Assembly point location, exit route, then fire extinguishers location, and then first aid location. These all mentioned in the evacuation map. In that evacuation map, it is mandatory to paste it within the room, and it's better to backside of the door. Okay, so we have seen this one. Then seventh one, evacuation procedures. Okay, what will be the evacuation procedures? How they are going to do the evacuation? Now, then alarm will be activated. First, as I said, the alarm will be activated. Already the procedure itself, you have mentioned that in case of one ring, what will be the impact? In case of two rings, what will be? In case of three rings, what will be? In case continuous ring is a major emergency fire, big fire, then what you have to do? It's already, we have to practice through the emergency evacuation drills. We have to practice all the company employees about this emergency evacuation plan. Then stop where you have to. So stop work and do not panic and do not run and use nearest emergency exit. So you should not be panic. In case bell is ringing means you should not be panic and stop where whatever you are doing, just stop the work and go. Do not panic, do not run, and see the emergency exit and go to the assembly point. So that is the major part for evacuation procedure. This evacuation procedures needs to be continuously practiced through the emergency evacuation drills. That is very important. When you are continuously drilling, you have to document it. So you can sometimes bring the people from the outside agencies. They will watch it. How much time you are taking to reach the assembly point. That is response time. Whether how many seconds you are taking to reach the assembly points. All the people from manager to GM to MD to helper. Within how many seconds they are reaching to the assembly points. That is the response time. That should be noted. And also there will be a fire extinguishers, fire fighting systems, and first aid demo will be shown in the assembly point during the fire drill sessions. In that session, you can bring the some of the external agencies of fire department. They will also analyze how you are conducting the drill, and also you can bring also. You just imagine somebody point. So A building, B building, C building. Okay, in these buildings, okay, so everyone has to reach the assembly point. So once the fire alarm is there here in this industry, so it's started to ring. Fire alarm started to ring. Then building A, building C, building B and building C. So the continuously ringing means there is a fire already. The evacuation plan already exposed or instructed. In that case, continuous building, this A building, B building, C building have different departments. So they are started to move here exit, then exit, exit. Okay, so A building, B building, C building, the workers, they are moving towards the assembly point. Assembly point. Okay, so everyone assembles here. You have to check. So the emergency team and asking to people to reach the, helping the people to reach the assembly point. Okay, so here everyone slowly and moving the assembly point. One person in this emergency response team calculating the seconds. Within how many seconds? So here the head counts. Here you can have the 80 people. Here 120 people. Here 130 people. So in this building 80 people are there. Here one person, emergency response team counting. Then here one person is counting. Here one person is counting. So he makes sure 80 people assembled here. And then 120 people assembled here. Then 120 is assembled here. They are all coming. So in this assembly point itself, there is a head, emergency response team head, counting totally how much? 120, 130, 80. So they have a 330 people. So in this 330 people, you have to have a, must be there here in the assembly point. In this assembly point, there should be a head count. So in case one or two people missing, then this emergency team people will judge any person is there. And then in case somebody may be stuck, somebody may be fallen, or somebody not able to come. So these guys count first. Okay, everyone is there. Then they will check it. Okay, only 328 people only there. 2 people missing. So they check it. Okay, they bring the 2 people here. Okay, everyone safe now. Everyone, 330 people safe in this assembly point. And also, so this is, I am talking about the actual scenario. The fire happened in this building. Okay, so near this building, outside the building. So then we want to save the people in this B building nearby. Big fire happened. So that's why everyone brought it there to the assembly point. Okay, head count given. Then there is a first aider team is there. They will check the people. If anyone, any suffocation, any health issues, the first aid check it. They require, there is an ambulance there in this assembly point. Then in case of any major issues, ask the people to take it to the, through the ambulance to the hospitals. Okay, so here is once the fire ceased, then the emergency response team go and check it all these areas, and then through consultation with the MD and the GM, they will declare, okay, fire ceased, normal position is recovered. So that time you can ask the assembly point people to slowly move the their buildings. But if the big fire not able to recover immediately means, then they will send to the labor camps or their homes. So this is the evacuation, emergency evacuation, actual scenarios happened. But in case of drills, emergency evacuation drills, so here the head count done, then these people, emergency response team, A building, how many seconds to taken to reach the assembly point, B building, how many seconds they have taken to reach the assembly point, C building, how many seconds they have taken to reach the assembly point. These things they will see, that is called a reaction time. In that reaction time, they will tell the people, this emergency response head to tell the people, so last time you all people within 10 seconds you reached, but you have to reduce the seconds. At least last time you have reached within 15 seconds, now you reached 10 seconds, it's good. Like that you have to inform and make an attendance list, get the attendance in that assembly point itself during the emergency evacuation drill time. So in that evacuation drill itself, there is a form, emergency evacuation form. In that form, you have to mention scenario and also the emergency response team and attendance. In that attendance, you have to mention the name, who all participated, ask them, put the signature and give some fire extinguisher, firefighting system training in the assembly point itself. Once you give the training and give some first aid training also there in the assembly point. What I am talking about, the emergency drills time. So this emergency drill, then some give the first aid training and firefighting training, some CPR training, and if the external agencies comes from the outside, ask them to give some training and some emergency scenarios talks and about the drill. Then once everything over, you can finish it up, get the signature and do it. So this one you have to do it as per your hazard and risk level. The emergency evacuation plan itself, you have to mention how many months once you have to conduct the emergency evacuation drill. In that plan you have to mention, you already mentioned that within 3 months you are going to do emergency evacuation drill, means you have to do within 3 months. 6 months means you can do it every 6 months. There should be an emergency evacuation drill that should be documented. As like this, you can do it. Then in the same thing, you can follow in case of major accident happen, major fire accident happen, or any earthquake or environmental emergencies. In that case also, you can make a scenario and conduct the drill as per the plan. In case of actuals, practice the same. So that will yield more results. The reaction time needs to be reduced. Within how many seconds people reaching the assembly point is a question. So when the people always seeing this kind of emergency evacuation plan and it's a drill, it will definitely motivate the overall industry people how they should be in a proactive manner to protect themselves. So if a life safety department is there, means you have to continuously conduct the emergency evacuation plan. So when you are continuously conducting the plan, one day if actuals comes, people easily they can save their lives, and also they can save the environment, they can save the asset also. So making the people proactive to save any life in that industrial area. So saving the life is the first priority. When you are saving the people, when you are saving the people, then there is no legal issues. So that's why this emergency evacuation plan itself, proactive steps to protect the people, to make them aware the what is the emergency. In case of emergency, what you have to do. So these are emergency evacuation plan. So there are so many scenarios. You see nowadays Gulf there are drone and some other attacks are there, war attacks are there. So in that case also you can practice. In case of any drone or any kind of rocket attacks, what you have to do for the emergency. So there is a scenario, then you can assemble immediately assembly point and keep them, make safe as and reach their accommodations. So that is your aim. To save the people is the main aim for emergency evacuation plan. So you have to make scenarios. Every drill have a different scenario. You should not conduct only one scenario like a fire. You have to conduct a bomb blast. You have to conduct the earthquake. You have to conduct the attacks, drone attacks or missile attacks. So these kind of scenarios, then and there, you can document it and practice the emergency drills. This practicing the emergency drill only save the people lot. So that kind of importance are there for this emergency evacuation plan. You continuously practice, document it, get the signature from all the people's attendance, and if it's possible, bring the third parties to acknowledge your emergency drill. The same thing you can practice for the actual scenarios also to protect the people. So that is the emergency evacuation plan. So if you like all these informations, subscribe it, share it, like it for this HSE Mindset channel. You can get more HSE informations, more HSE updates, and watch all the HSE information there in Play Stores. Videos are there in live sessions. Videos also there. Go and watch it. You get more real experienced informations in that videos. So go to the HSE Mindset channel, subscribe it, like it, share it to your friends. Definitely you will improve, you will enhance the HSE knowledge. Thanks for viewing. Thank you very much.